All right. Dream take one. Sometimes my dreams have celebrity cameos. I mean, it happens about once a month, and it's probably the wave of the future. If you think about it. I mean, back in high school, I had this dream where I was walking through this huge ethereal plane. There was just this big empty expanse that was all blue and went off into infinity. And while I was there, I ran into Peter Jackson, and I was like, wow. I mean, you're Peter Jackson. I mean, I was 15 in 2002, and waiting for the next Lord of the Rings movie was like, a pastime. And I was like, wow, you're like, my filmmaking idol. I think you're great. I want you to teach me. And he just sort of kept nodding and was like, uh-huh, yeah, yeah, and I kept going on like this. And all of a sudden, he points at something over my shoulder and he says, well, what's that over there? And I turned to look, and there's nothing. And when I turned back, Peter Jackson is running away as fast as he can. And I had other dreams too. I had a dream that I was Chairman Mao's personal assistant. I had to fetch him lattes and laugh at his jokes, and I eventually just sort of snuck out of China because it was a lot of pressure. I had another dream where I went to visit a friend at Harvard. Only Harvard was this sort of creepy like Addams Family mansion with a guard in a tuxedo who locked the door behind me, and I tried to get out, but I couldn't. And David Gilmour was involved somehow too, but I'm not sure how. And but I eventually escaped by jumping through a hole in the floor, and I ran away. But I decided to go back to try to defeat Harvard's giant army of battle robots. And just the other night, I mean, there was in this dream. It was, oh God, it was so vivid. There was this huge rectangular building, like this gigantic monolith with some religious symbol tacked on in the upper left corner. And there was some sort of cult there, but I didn't know what it was. So I went and applied for a membership. And to become a member, you had to take this test where you have to float across a bottomless pit from like 50 feet from one side to the other. And it actually isn't as hard as it sounds. You really just you have to wiggle your hips. And on the other side, they pushed me down a slide to go deep from the building into like their inner sanctum, and it's multicolored, so color after color are whipping past me. And I get to the bottom, and it's some sort of cavern, and it is like a place they go to in Pinocchio, and where they all turn into donkeys. A guide appears, and he leads me around and tells me that anything you want is there for the taking. And I look around, and there's all these happy people, and I realize that they're all fake. All the smiles on their faces are tacked on. They all look the same, and I freak out and I yell, like, oh my God, I've got to get out of here. And my guide laughs and he says, don't you realize now, you're a member. We own you. You can't leave unless we say so. And I say, well, fuck you, I'm leaving. And he says, okay. And I get back on the slide, and it's the colors again, color after color after color, just sort of, whipping by, and deposits me out on the ground, and I look back up at the building, and I wake up.